All right, welcome back to the channel, you guys. We got to talk about what happened in today's episode on both The Young and the Restless and The Bold and the Beautiful. I'm going to give it a couple minutes. Hopefully your day is going well. And I got to say, Young and the Restless was a little funny for me. It was funny to me. Sharon, well, of course, this week is all about Sharon, so what do we expect, right? Hey, Keita, hey, Delmonica, hey, Aisha, welcome in, you guys. You know what time it is. And, I don't know, I got a little bit of comedy from today's episode. Oh, good, everybody's in here right on time. Angela, Vicky, Crystal, Myra, Aisha, Kit Kat, Melissa, Spencer. Hit that like button on the way in. Vernell, yay. I'm glad you caught the live as well. Oh, you said you glad she got caught. Yeah. Miss Sharon, Sharon. Yeah. Happy Hump Day Wednesday. Good afternoon, Jacqueline. Hey, Dewan. Hey, Cheryl, Jules. Yes, I'm telling you. Let's go ahead and jump into this. Because like I was saying a few minutes ago, I actually think today's episode was just a little bit hilarious. So, again, we're still in this whole week about Sharon. And, excuse me, this whole thing with Sharon going back and forth in her mind. And, Cameron Kirsten is the dark side of her mind. And Sharon, I guess, is the right side of her mind. And she actually put the poison in the whiskey. And then she turned around and was like, you know what? After she saw that whole vision of Daniel being passed out on the floor and how upset Lucy would be and how upset Heather would be, she decided to change her mind and go right back, grab the liquor, and pour it out. And the interesting thing is, as she's fighting with her imaginary Cameron in her head, she makes a mistake and knocks over the little glass thing. She took the time to clean it up. She's walking around looking at photos. I'm like, girl, are you asking to be caught? Seriously, do you want to be caught? Because it seems like you're setting yourself up to be caught. Yeah, I hope she get help. Now my question is, because she still got that bottle of poison in her pocket. My question is, because there's still, we got Thursday and Friday's episode, and we saw that spoiler pic, right, regarding the whole thing about Sharon being in the park, wondering, how did I get myself out of this? I'm wondering, does she do something to Heather? Maybe Sharon runs off, or, Heather chases her. We'll find out. I usually get to see the episodes a day early, so probably later today I'll know exactly what Thursday's episode is going to look like. Yeah, Myra, I think Heather is going to be, honestly, I think her name is Vale Bloom. That's her name. I could be wrong. But, I guess she could be a disposable character. The Heather character. So, could she happen to have a conversation? Maybe they get into a fight and she bash her upside the head with something. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see, whether or not, how Sharon gets out of this situation. Because how is she going to explain being in her apartment? That's what I want to know. How are you going to explain being in the apartment? There is no way, to be in that apartment like that. Come on. What is she going to say? Oh, I showed up to the door and, the door was unlocked and I thought maybe somebody broke in and I happened to just come in and look around just to make sure everything is okay. How's she going to explain her way out of that? It's going to be pretty darn hard. So one or two things are going to happen. Either she's going to come up with a plausible explanation, or this is going to turn bad. And according to the spoilers, I think it's supposed to turn out to be bad. Yeah, Gail, I'm curious to see what that Friday cliffhanger is going to look like as well. Nick is going to get her out of it. We'll see. The question is, get her out of what? That's the question. How did she even get in there? I think she picked a lock. Yesterday we talked about that, Jenna. And I thought maybe she got a key, but and I'm trying to remember when I saw the episode, but it looked like maybe she picked a lock. Yeah, Jules, you know what? She probably is going to knock Heather out. I mean, she still got that poison. Could she do a Luna? And when when Heather turn around and maybe, oh, I'm calling Daniel, or I'm calling the police, or I'm calling Nick, she turns her back and maybe bash her upside the head or something, or what the situation is. Tomorrow's episode, which for some people who saw it today in Canada, is going to be very telling. Okay, Cheryl says she picked a lock. Jenna. Yeah, so, she was almost in the clear. She put poison in there, stuck it back in the liquor cabinet. Now, did you guys notice something about that liquor cabinet? It wasn't locked. Hey, Tina. Did you all notice something about that liquor cabinet? It was not locked. She just slid the door open, pulled out the liquor, put the alcohol in there. And the interesting thing about all of this is that you got a young girl in your home, a teenage girl, who has been sneaking alcohol, and Daniel and Heather still hasn't locked that liquor up. It makes no sense. Yeah, Sharon just slid it open, got the alcohol, put the drops in, slid it back, and then she went back over there, slid it right back open, took it out, poured it out. So, if Sharon can slide in there and get alcohol out of the cabinet, I'm assuming that Lucy, who lives in that same house, could do the same. It's like, what were y'all thinking? Exactly, Jenna. Why wasn't it locked with Lucy in the house after everything that Lucy's been doing? That's what I mean by Daniel and Heather. I question, I can. These are soap characters. They're not real. But Daniel and Heather, I really don't understand their parenting. If you had a kid that has been underage drinking, you don't leave a cabinet unlocked. That makes no sense. Yeah, exactly. Nick is going to have his hands full. Somebody need to reel her in. And from what I understand, this goes into next week, the week of September 30th, where Nick and Mariah and Tessa and all of them are still trying to figure out, oh, we're lost on what we're going to do with Sharon. Okay, I think it's a little bit too late for that. Instead of y'all making excuses about, oh, well, she's probably okay. Like we heard Tessa. Tessa says, she told Mariah, well, maybe she's okay. Maybe she needs some time to herself. She said that she need a break. And I'm glad Nick, and I'm thinking to myself as well as Nick was talking, no, she's not been herself. She's been acting erratic. And y'all trying to look for excuses to not bother Sharon. Y'all need to rein her in. That's what y'all need to do. Jasmine says, I'm sick of Sharon's dumb family not hardballing her to get help. Exactly. We all can see that. It makes zero sense. And, exactly, Jenna, what does it have to take? And with, yeah, this is beyond stupid, Jasmine. I agree. The woman talking to herself. Faith knows that she's been seeing Cameron and Cassie. She needs to talk to somebody. But they keep tiptoeing around this girl. I mean, this woman. They keep tiptoeing around Sharon, which is crazy to me. It was just like Victor with Nikki. Exactly. Yeah, I don't know. They just like, well, I don't know. And Tessa said that maybe we should just give her some time to herself. Maybe she went to another spa treatment. And I'm like, are y'all not wanting to do something for her? If y'all know that she's been screaming, lashing out, she's seen people who's no longer here, why don't y'all get that girl some help? Get her some help. It makes no sense. Jenna says the writing is terrible. Yeah, that whole sequence was stupid to me. You get up in there, you have a big old argument with Cameron Kirsten in your head, knocking over glass, going in and out of liquor cabinets, then you change your mind, and then on the way out, you get caught by Heather. Yep. She got some splaining to do, and I'm curious to see how she gonna get out of this one. I'm really curious to see how she's gonna get out of this one. This one is insane. We only got 25 likes, you guys. Come on. It's almost 80 people in this chat. Let's get the like count up. Get the likes up. At least get it up to 40 or 50. Tessa, who wasn't around when she was... Exactly, Marion. Tessa trying to downplay this. I'm like, girl, you go sit down somewhere. Obviously, Mariah, who, of course, is worried about her mother. Faith, who's worried about her mother. And Nick, who is worried about his ex, knows something ain't right with her. And you're going to try to tell everybody, oh, you know, maybe it's not such a big deal. Tessa, be quiet. Seriously. Yeah, tell him, Jasmine, if you love the live chats, hit that like button. Let's go. Let's go. It's 77 of you guys in here. But yeah, what I'm looking forward to, I guess, after all of this, because, you know, you guys know how I feel about this storyline. But I guess I'm curious to find out how Sharon is going to get out of this mess after being caught, you know, by Heather. Yeah, she was shoplifting and being a kleptomaniac, a klepto, and all those types of things. I'm telling you, she was stealing all kind of stuff. And exactly. And the thing is, you guys, I don't know if you noticed, but she has been taking her meds. So something else is going on with Sharon. At first, for weeks, we thought, oh, that girl is lying. She's not taking her meds. But it seems that she is, because I think what's today, Wednesday? I think it was Monday's episode we saw her taking something. So obviously she's taking something. Whether it's her actual meds or something else, whatever it is, it ain't working. So maybe she's developed an additional personality disorder. You know? Exactly, Jenna. She could be on the wrong meds. Or her meds might be too strong or not strong enough. It's something going on, but she taking something. And, I mean, if her meds originally for bipolar, but now she has developed a totally different condition, her bipolar meds might not work on whatever this new condition is. Yeah. Yep. Exactly, Marion. Let's not forget the brain tumor for the third time. Yep. She is on the wrong meds or perhaps not the right dosage. Exactly, Jenna. So, yeah, we'll see how she's going to get herself out of this situation. Because she got some explaining to do with Heather finding her in that apartment. She broke in. So, I mean, that's a crime in itself. Even without Heather knowing about the poison. You know what I mean? So, I mean, yeah, she's doing much worse this time around than when she was, you know, stealing things. You know what I mean? All right, let's quickly talk about Phyllis. Phyllis is over the moon excited. She is happy to have Daniel and Summer back on Team Phyllis because their relationship had been estranged over the last 2-3 years. We know what happened when she faked her unaliving and the whole Jeremy Stark situation. And it took them kids a long time to really, get back into a good place with their mom. I actually like this particular scene. Now, she did drop the bombshell that she's the COO of Abbott Chancellor, which the kids was like, Mom, are you sure about that? You remember what happened last time you worked with Billy? It didn't go well. And she was like, look, we both know what we're capable of. We're older now. We've worked before. We know what not to say and how to push each other's buttons. And we're trying to make this thing work. And I need y'all to be happy for me. So pick them glasses up. Toast it up to me being the new COO of Abbott Chancellor. And the kids was like, okay, fine. We ain't going to stop your joy. But this is probably the scene or the storyline that I'm more interested out of anything. I'm not really interested in the whole thing with Chelsea and Sally and Adam. I still would like to see what happens with Kyle and Claire. I want to see how their relationship moves forward. I'm not interested in Cole and Victoria. And I am interested in this fight over Jabot. And, they just put that on the back burner. I mean, it seems like Victor is now coming more after Billy than he originally was with taking Kyle from Jabot. So we really haven't seen a lot of Jack and Diane lately. And I know Jenna, you probably wouldn't care to see Diane right now. But hey, Sandra. Hey. Yes, Jill is returning. That's the other thing, which means that Lily is probably going to be left out in the cold. Because if Victor gets the company, and from what I understand for the week of September 30th, Victor is about to go all out. So we're going to kind of sort of get a break from the Sharon storyline. I guess this is the peak of Sharon's storyline that we're going to get by tomorrow and Friday. And then as we go into the week of September 30th, we're going to see and go bounce back more to this fight over Abbott Chancellor, which I'm looking forward to that. And I think, like I was about to say, Lily is going to be left in the cold with all of this, because if he gets Abbott Chancellor, which he's supposed to go hard in the paint next week on, and Jill comes back, Lily is out no matter what. Because Victor wants his wife Nikki to be the CEO, right? Which he lied to Lily. We all know that. She's being played. And then if Victor don't get Abbott Chancellor, Jill is not going to let her come back over there after colluding with Victor, selling secrets to take down her son. I mean, I think Jill have issues with her son, but not enough for you to come in there and set her son up to fail because you leaking secrets. She might as well chalk up her deuces and say, you know what, I don't want to be no part of any of this, and go and crawl over the winters with her brother and her cousin and call it a day. Yep. What would happen to Lily? All she could do, Aisha, is to go right back over there with her brother. Yes, I heard about that, Gail. Valerie Pettiford will play Amy Lewis, the police chief of Genoa City, next month. So that's going to be interesting to have, have a new character. I know it's an older character from way back in the day, but obviously they're reprising that particular character. Yeah, Sandra. I mean, if they're bringing a police chief back, obviously there must be a reason for it. Yep. Only other thing we had in today's episode was the little conversation between Lucy and her dad. And her dad is like, so, how was community service? And I treat you by getting some ice cream. See, this is what I'm talking about. You trying to make her feel better by doing her punishment. Punishments are supposed to be learned from based on consequences. You don't treat somebody on punishment. I got you your ice cream. What is it missing? Is it missing this? Or should I add sprinkles? Or should I do this? No, he was trying to put a smile on her and treat her like when she was a little girl or whatever. But I'm like, she did a bad thing. She did several bad things, and she was rude and disrespectful to you for the last several weeks, Daniel. And she's doing her community service, yet at the end of the day, you want to reward her for doing community service, which was her punishment. Make that make sense. And this is why I'm like, the two of them act like big brother and sister. They don't act like father and daughter. And I don't know if it's because, she thinks that she's older. And I know Michael Graziati, Graziade, I forgot, he has a unique name. I've heard that name before. I think Joey, the last Bachelor on, the TV show Bachelor, he had the same last name as Graziati or Graziade. So anyway, that's where I've seen that name before. But I do know that the actor that plays Daniel is like, he just had a birthday on the 22nd. So happy belated birthday to Michael Graziati. He had a birthday and he just turned 45 or 46. So he's definitely, the actor is old enough to be her dad by about, 20. Well, she's playing a 14-year-old. Whereas the little actress that plays this, she's actually 18. But they look, the energy between them is more like big brother and sister. Exactly, Jacqueline. Daniel is acting like him and Lucy are brother and sister. Let me go pick up my little sister from community service. By the way, I know Pop sent you over to community service, but I'll buy you some ice cream to make it feel better. Yes, I do. I watched The Bachelor. I watched The Bachelorette. I watched The Golden Bachelor and Bachelorette. Golden Bachelorette comes on tonight. I watched Married at First Sight. I also watch Love is Blind. Ultimatum. And I like a lot of romance and dating shows. So yes, Sandra, to answer your question. Yeah, I saw that on Instagram, Jenna, that the actress that played Lucy got a record coming out. So, all right, let us move on to the bold and the beautiful. Exactly, Frenchie. Who's the parent and who's the child? They seem like they're on the same equal playing field, in my opinion, but, I'm just saying. Okay. Oh, and I do watch the other show, which we do recaps on this channel live right now. They're on a break until October. I do Sisters. That's on BET. So they're like a prime time soap. I don't watch The Masked Singer, Melissa. I'm more of, I like dating and romance shows. So I like to see people, I even watch the little Pop the Balloon shows on YouTube. The dating little shows. I don't know if you guys seen them. I like dating shows. I like people getting together and see how they progress in a relationship and how they work out. Whether they get married for the first time or just going out to date. All right, Bold and the Beautiful. I gotta start out by saying the dress that Jacqueline McInnes Woods had on today, absolutely gorgeous. And the reason I say that, because this summer, I've pretty much been wearing sundresses. If I'm not working out and I'm wearing my leggings or athletic wear, I'm wearing sundresses. I'm not a blue jean girl or anything like that. I love dresses, sundresses. I'm feminine like that. And that dress that she has on, absolutely love it. The only issue, it looked like it was squeezing her chest. And I'm watching Jacqueline as she go through her thing, and I'm like, I'm hoping that can she breathe at the top part? Because it looked like the top part was so tight that, her girlies up top was being smashed. And I'm like, wear the stylist. But it looked like she was comfortable. She was able to do her lines and able to talk and, stuff like that. And that dress was gorgeous. However, I just think that they tried to smash out her chest. And I'm like, what the heck y'all doing to that girl? That dress is gorgeous, but give her a little bit of room up top. I don't know about that. I don't think so, Aisha. She haven't said anything. I mean, I follow her on Instagram, and she's doing a lot of activities. So, I'm not saying that pregnant women don't, but she's been really active over there doing stuff. So I don't know. So I did like that scene. I like the outfit she have on. This whole thing with conversation with Bill and Liam talking about, well, what about Poppy? I mean, just because she didn't, set anybody up for, what Luna did doesn't mean that she's good for you. And then you got Katie and you loved her. I'm like, dude, worry about your own love life. You've been pretty much solo, single as a Pringle since last year. Who are you talking to? Are you going on dates? Maybe, hopefully, if they bring Ivy on, maybe, just maybe, we'll see some little romance for Liam. I mean, as much as Liam used to annoy me, little puke waffle boy Liam, I still think they should give Scott Clifton, the actor, a storyline. I mean, he's just been popping on, showing up at people's jobs, being in other people's business, showing up at Steffi's house, and then, and it's like, give Scott Clifton a good storyline. Seriously, last time he really had a somewhat of a storyline was when he was trying to convince Steffi to be with him last fall. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm like, give Scott something to do. And then this whole thing about Bill summoning Katie over to the house, talking about, you know what? I want to talk to you about me, you, and Will and our new family dynamic. I'm like, can we not do this again? Let's not wash, rinse, and repeat. Oh, no problem, Jules. No problem. Go watch Bold, and then you can come back and watch the replay. And yes, Melissa says 48 likes in the chat. 48 likes and 100 people in the chat. So, yeah, let's go, you guys. I am over Bill and Crazy Katie. Me too. Me too. It's like, can we not go back to that, please? Please. Can we not? Yeah, Bill, Katie, and Will is boring. So remember, they're bringing Elektra over, right? So with that being said, obviously they're probably going to have this whole triangle between RJ and Will, which I guess if you want a 20-year-old triangle, sure, go for it. We also had the conversation between Hope and Brooke, and Hope... Brooke is trying to figure out where Hope's head is in regards to Finn. Ridge walks in, and he's wondering, what did I walk into? Okay, whatever. Yeah, exactly, Allison. Allison put about 30 Z's in the chat, which means Sleepy Town. It was boring. There was really nothing that stood out. I did not like the fact where Steffi was telling her mom, we're going to see this thing and we're going to go to all of the kids and watch them grow up and all of their school events. And why are you going to let that girl sit up there like that? If anybody you should be able to talk to, if you don't want to talk to Ridge or nobody else, talk to your daughter. Talk to your daughter. And I don't know if you guys know this, I am a breast cancer survivor. And that was 6 years ago. I'm good, knocking on wood, thanks to my oncologist. When I first found out and I got that big C diagnosis, the first person I talked to was my daughter and my son. If I didn't talk to anybody else, those were the first two people that I talked to. And I mean, people can handle things differently how they want. There's some people that don't want their lives to change. They don't want people always tripping all over them and things like that, right? So I get it. But I needed the support system. And I mean, I kind of, sometimes I kind of cross over to the real world from the soap world. But that was the first person I talked to. You know what I mean? Thank you. Yes, 6 years, you guys. 6 years. Coming up on 7. Um, so, I mean, if I didn't tell anybody else or blast it out to the world, they knew. They knew. And so, I did not like these, and see, why these types of storylines get on my nerves. I did not like Steffi sitting up there talking about all the future plans and the kids, and we're going to grow up and we're going to go see them here and go see them there, and you're going to be there for all of it, and you sitting up there listening at your daughter talk about that, and you say nothing. Thank you, you guys. Thank you. And you say nothing. And it's like, really? So I didn't like that part. Yeah, I didn't like that part at all. So I'm not going to talk too much on that Taylor thing. I don't like the storyline. But other than that, we did see a tit for tat between Steffi and Hope talking about, you know, how my dad waffles. I mean, basically, Steffi, you calling your dad a waffle king, just like your ex and Hope's ex, Liam, which is waffle boy. Thank you, you guys. I know. I was just saying, you know, I was just using that as an example. I appreciate all of your thank yous. Thank you. You guys are so sweet. However, those two going back and forth worried about, well, you know, can we just say that my dad chose my mom and did not choose your mom? Well, you know how my dad is, and I'm just letting you know I'm not playing matchmaker. And I'm like, why are we doing this? They're about to get into a whole tiff. Taylor has already said that she's not here back for Ridge unless they flip the storyline or something. You know what I mean? Unless they flip the storyline, yeah, you know, that she's faking. But yeah, exactly, Angela. It's nonsense. It is definitely nonsensical. So we really didn't have a lot on Bold today. Only thing I can say is I do like Jacqueline's dress. I like that dress. So I guess that was the highlight of the day. And like I said, it looked like it was squeezing her up top. And I'm like, girl, I hope, you know, you can breathe and talk and move. But it seemed like she did a good job of that, you know. Gail Lewis, I see their information in there. And yeah, that's exactly should be happening. But that's the other part about these storylines. They kind of, and I said this on Friday, most people want to watch entertainment to get a break away from things that happen in real life. And then when you now bring this over, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I know, Sharon, Bold is getting old. They're always fighting about something. You're right, Allison. And yes, the writing gets worse every episode. So, yes. Oh, Jenna. Okay. Wow. Just continue to take care of yourself. Exactly. Yep, I agree. And that's why the way they wrote the storyline, it sucks. They would exactly, Jenna. Exactly. Yep. So, well, you guys, Bold was barely 15 minutes. I know we spent more time on The Young and the Restless. But both episodes today were... What grade you guys give it today? Both episodes. I'll give Y&R. I give it a C+ today because it was comedy to me. And Bold, I give a D. Okay. So let me see y'all grades in the chat. What would y'all give Y&R? And what would y'all give Bold? Oh, thank you, Dolores. I'm glad you guys have a good time over here. That's what I want you guys to do. Have fun. We could talk soaps. Oh, wow. Okay, Sandra. Sandra knows. Okay, I see D's. Melissa gave Bold a B. Aisha a D. Jenna a C. C and D, D minus. Bold get a F from Angela Atkinson. Tamika F. Yeah, I gave it a C plus on, and I gave it a D for Bold. The only highlight is that I was looking at that dress and said, I'm only got to go to, I think I forgot what it's called on Instagram. There's a soap outerwear account where they show the dress that the actor or actress had, well, the dress that the actress had on, and where you can find it. I would love to find that dress. So, oh, thank you, Jasmine. I really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. Well, we're going to leave it right here. So we got a midweek chat tonight. You know, Bree is going to have a lot to say. So stay tuned for that. Otherwise, we will see you guys next time. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on your notifications so you're notified every time a video has been posted. And I am T from Soap Corner Talk. And we will see you next time. Bye, Soapies.